I'm Lady Zelda. Welcome to Vale Keep. Hello there, my darlings. Welcome to Vale Keep. How are you? I am so glad that you're here. It's been a minute, hasn't it? We've been busy. Oh my gosh, just wait till you hear. I am so excited to tell you everything that we've got going on. But first of all, the Mister and I want to thank you so much for being here because you guys are so wonderful and so supportive of us. But do me a favor, I need to ask you something. Put a 1 in the chat if you see Vale Keep, whichever side it is, if it's right or if it's backwards. Let me know. Is this backwards? Vale Keep? Because sometimes I do this and you know how it is, right? Go from there. So anyway, let me know. I'm gonna wait just in case we're backwards. Is it backwards or is it okay? Do you see it? It's backwards. Let me change it. I knew it would be. Those stinkers. StreamYard, do better. Let me change this because, I mean, after all, right? Let me see. There we are. No, I think that's better now. Vale Keep is now, should be better. So let me know if you can see it now. So anyway, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. We're good? Okay, I'm getting thumbs up here. We're good, good, good. So great. Thank you so much. I hope you've been okay. We've been so busy. Thank you so much. Perfect. Good. Now I know. Now I know because sometimes when you do this, it's kind of like, what? Okay, right? Right. Thank you. You guys are awesome. You see this head? That's Shaggy Noodle because he knows that Captain Jerry is in here and he's wanting to come in to say hello. And there we are. Ow. And he's got fingernails. I've got Hello Cat shirt on with cat hair. Isn't that nice? There, that's it. And I love it. I got to show you this. I got a deck of the playing cards that we have in the Vale Keep shop. And they are much nicer than what I thought. And here is what they look like. And they are a poker card. So you know what that means? You can write on them. It's too bright, I'm sorry. But look how much space there is to write on them. Oh, hello. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Listen, I love this shirt. And when you get it, on the left sleeve, this is my left, on the left sleeve, it's got House of Vale Keep. You're branded. Oh, Terry, did you get your cup? Oh, I'm so happy that you did. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Let me put these cards away before they spill, and then I'm playing 52 or 54 pickup. So I love it, and I want to invite you to come this Saturday night because we're going to really have a great show. But now, I know many of you are wanting to know about what's happening. Oh, good, good. I've not seen the Mister for a minute, because he's now in Innsbruck looking for tower bells. He's looking for experts. He's looking for what he needs to do to put a bell in the tower. Because I told him, hey, that's important. You've got to get a bell in the tower. I mean, after all, what's a bell tower without a bell? Well, so he's in Innsbruck, Australia, I believe. No. I'm so wrong. Oh, Zella. Oh, I hope he's not watching. Austria. I said Australia because I saw something that, okay. Austria. And I've got a little video that I want to show you, and we've got some people watching. Do me a favor. Like, subscribe so you don't miss anything, because we've got some stuff that's coming that you guys are going to love. We've been working on behind the scenes. Elizabeth's birthday is tomorrow. Well, you know what we have to do. Give me a second here. You know what we have to do. Ready? Of course you are. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth. Happy birthday to you. And many more. There you go. There you go. Bless you, my darling. Thank you so much for being here. And we're wishing you the best of all times. Patty, I'm loving my Hello Cat tumbler with Mama Sammy and her beautiful telescoping arm. Isn't that the truth? And that's what she does. That little arm seems like it just stretches forever. Hold on, I got to take a drink. I am just now recovering from some voice crap, and that's what it is. That's what it has been. Okay, my darlings. I think we are in here. Many people are coming in. Now, I'm going to play a message for you. And I want you to really look, and then we're going to go back through some of the images again. Now, a little something that I think is funny. Because you know I make these images, and I even make his avatar. Well, I got a nice little call from the people of the tubes that said, Zelda, are you a gaming channel? You mean Vale Keep? Yeah. Are you a gaming channel? No, we're not. Well, evidently, because see, when you upload videos, sometimes there's tags that go along that will populate on your videos. And if they're wrong, because now this has AI bots looking over things, and you can get flagged. Well, evidently, when we were talking about my portrait of my ancestor, Elizabeth, in the short, it put all the game tags for The Legend of Zelda. Now, for those of you who don't know, The Legend of Zelda is a game. It was on Nintendo, it was on PlayStation, whatever it was. It's a very famous game. Even though it's older, it's a game. And I laughed and I said, well, even though I'm a legend in my own mind, no, we are not a gaming channel. So I have had to tick a box in the description that says these are AI generated, just so you know. All right. So yeah, it's because I make these images based on reality, and that's the way it is. So I wanted to let you know in case you thought, wait a minute. So now you can say I'm a legend in my own mind. Of course, when I told the boss of the applesauce, it just, okay, it doesn't matter, take care of it. All right. I'm going to show you this video. Please get ready, because I believe you're really going to enjoy it. You may want to turn your sound up maybe just a half a speck, because Lord Greggor is going to be narrating this. It's going to give you some idea about the renovation and about the woman who cries on the 3rd floor. So here we go, my darlings. Get ready. Here he is.
Hello to you, friends of Vale Keep. I am glad you are here and glad to give you the latest update of the renovations taking place. Lady Zelda of Vale Haven have made all the visuals you have before you, and will talk more about it. We wanted to keep the workers out of the visuals, so you will have a clearer idea of the update. She has done a remarkable job at keeping the integrity of the keep intact, and is the closest possible to what is happening. The 3rd floor was never intended to remain untouched forever. Time sees to that eventually as the stone weakens and the timber bends. Even the keep must endure its seasons of repair. When the work first began, there was nothing unusual about it. The sounds were ordinary enough of the hammers pounding and the footsteps all around. The shifting of old beams that had not seen daylight in centuries were a concern. All the dust gathered in the corridors, which made construction difficult at times. The walls were opened carefully, section by section, as they should have been long ago, and in some on the images, you will see the outside of the keep. And then, something changed. The men working there believed at first that they were hearing wind passing through the exposed structure, and that would have made logical sense. The upper halls have always carried sound strangely, especially in winter going into spring when ice would be melting and water runoff would make sounds that were unfamiliar. But this time, the sounds were not wind or anything else. The sounds were of a woman. She was not speaking nor calling out. She was crying, and sometimes it sounded like a scream of desperation. At times it was distant, almost impossible to place. At other moments it seemed very near, as though someone stood only a few feet away beyond the walls themselves. The sound did not travel through the halls naturally. It remained contained within that section of the floor, as though the space had held onto it. Several men heard it while together and also separately. One stopped his work entirely and refused to return to that level until the following week. Another insisted someone was inside the room after the others had already left for the evening. Valdimar himself heard it more than once. He described it not as frightening, but deeply unsettling, the sort of sound one does not easily forget. Construction on the third floor renovation halted soon after. This was not by command. There was no dramatic order that was given. The work simply stopped. No one wished to continue opening the walls until the matter was understood more clearly. There are places within the keep where memory seems to linger. Most pass through them without noticing. Others feel them immediately. The third floor has always carried a certain heaviness to it. Though I had hoped time had quieted whatever remained there. For most of you, you have heard the story of this woman some time ago, when I was sharing with Lady Zelda who this woman was. It is a place of grief. It is one of those sounds that you question whether you actually heard it, or was it something or someone else. The space has since been stabilized. The damaged sections near the lofts and chimney have been secured and work has resumed carefully, though not to the extent originally planned. Certain areas will remain closed for now. As for the woman, no one has seen her, and I doubt anyone else will. I sit alone here at night. The quietness is sometimes deafening. There are times I hear her, and now only her sounds of grief and pain remains. For now, during these times there are moments when the third floor does not feel entirely empty. The work continues and we will slowly begin again. With respect. Thank you for being here and in support of Vale Keep. This is your friend Lord Greggor, and I will talk again with you all very soon. By the way, the last images that you see are of the third level of the scriptorium, which was starting to crumble. This is one of the reasons that we began to look into renovations. What was supposed to be minimal and to be done within 45 to 60 days. Aside from us finding the treasure of the old documents about the night, we also found more areas of weakness. From one area to another, this led us to the entire renovation process. This has become a task in itself. I am glad we have my trusted friend Valdimar with us, and especially Lady Zelda. Without them, this would have been a much bigger and laborious task. Thank you again. Until next time.
There you go, my darlings. You're absolutely right, Bev. This is a huge undertaking. The more they've gotten into it, I'm just going to say the worse it's gotten. Now you know why I like him so much. But I don't know. Thank you so much, Patty. That's so kind. I'm going to tell you what they do. It is actually Valdemar that takes photographs for me. Bless his heart, because Your Grace he's just distracted, and taking photographs and pictures and images are definitely not on his top agenda list, but it is mine. So I like making this type of video because it shows from beginning to end. Pardon me. But I'm also going to say I feel very bad. This is undertaking, and what they're trying to do is not have a collapse, because as they're taking this down, things are just we don't know what held it together. I mean, seriously, just a lick and a promise, I think. And many of this, where many of these areas were friction fit. And I don't know if but I mean, it's just, there was no glue, no nails. It was friction. I guess that's what they call, maybe, I don't know. But it was because, I mean, it was just fit together. And now when they're starting to take it down, they have to be so careful, because there was one area that's just started collapsing. I don't know if you recognized it or not, but almost the roof was gone. This is something that should have been done a long time ago. But our Lord Greggor, in his defense, just never thought about it. He sat there years and years and years. Yes, it fits together like a puzzle. Thank you so much, Captain. It does fit together like a puzzle. And the reality is, it's when I Your Grace, you got to do something with this. You got to do something, because one day you're going to wake up and you may have to dig yourself out. And when you're talking, this structure, I'm just going to say, has probably been around since 1350, 1365, way long before Lord Greggor was there and his family took over. So to say it's a mess, yes. But to say that it's a beautiful mess, absolutely. Now, what I was going to tell you is this room is one of my favorites. This is part of Lord Greggor's private area. Well, everything pretty much has been taken out of there, so I guess it's not private anymore. And I wanted to show you, how this construction is. And I know that many of you saw the books and the collapse, everything else. Now, a lot of it is sandstone. Sandstone, you can't, I mean, there's no, you can't date sandstone. because it's like millions of years old, can be. So say things are gently, you have to just walk through gingerly. So Valdemar took these pictures, these images, and sent to me. What I did with each one was put them together and said, wait a minute, that's too private. I got to move this piece out. Or that is still, I've got to do something with this. Or there's a worker's arm that Valdemar may have caught in, so we've got to remove this. That's exactly what I did. So to say these are copies of the images, I can say that. These are copies of the images. This is, and believe me, they're all taking painstaking steps to keep safe. But there's another thing I want you to all think about. There's no electric in this place. There's no electric. Oh, small areas in some of the living areas, they had some type of an electric, and it's from like it's the fuse type thing. So it's old. It's like from the 50s and 60s. So I'm glad he did this because, you start to think, oh, heck. So I saw a question. Thank you so much, Lisa. Joy, I feel safe going there, but I'm not going to because the weather, number one, there's the only heat in this place is fireplace. So the weather, that's number one. Number two, where am I going to stay? I mean, he has a private quarters, but it's not so private. There's a lot of men going in and out. And quite frankly, I just feel that I would be in the way. He says that I would not be. It's not like I could just walk into the scriptorium and say, "Ta-da, here's the Legend of Zelda, and I've come here to, whatever." So I'm doing my part on this end, and I'm going to tell you what we've been working on, and he's fantastic with it. Now, I want to tell you, if y'all want to see that little video again, do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat and I'll play it again. But just know I'm going to post it to the channel after we're done. So that way you can see it and you'll know exactly, there you are. Now, Captain Harris, here we go. Thank you very much, Captain Harris. We have an additional form of a little way to generate tips. And this will help because we've had some requests from people that are outside of the United States that have different type of payment that they can make and they can't do it. If you follow that link, Captain Jerry put it into the chat, then it'll take you over there. It's Ko-Fi, and it's safe, it's secure, and I want to thank you so much. So there we go. Okay, so we've got a lot of 1s in here. So let's play it again. And then I got something funny to tell you, and then something fantastic. You guys are going to love this. And many of you have been asking for it. So here we go again. Turn up your sound a little bit. I did turn off the fireplace because Lord Greggor's little voice doesn't boom except when he's getting after Valdemar and me, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Okay, here we go, my darlings.
Hello to you friends of Vale Keep. I am glad you are here and glad to give you the latest update of the renovations taking place. Lady Zelda of Vale Haven have made all the visuals you have before you and will talk more about it. We wanted to keep the workers out of the visuals, so you will have a clearer idea of the update. She has done a remarkable job at keeping the integrity of the keep intact and is the closest possible to what is happening. The third floor was never intended to remain untouched forever. Time sees to that eventually as the stone weakens and the timber bends. Even the keep must endure its seasons of repair. When the work first began, there was nothing unusual about it. The sounds were ordinary enough of the hammers pounding and the footsteps all around. The shifting of old beams that had not seen daylight in centuries were a concern. All the dust gathered in the corridors, which made construction difficult at times. The walls were opened carefully, section by section, as they should have been long ago, and in some on the images, you will see the outside of the keep. And then, something.
I'm stopping it right there because I want you to take a look at this area that I believe is on your left. I don't know how it's for you, but I want you to look through that because you're going to see the outside walls. So I'm going to now continue.
Changed. The men working there believed at first that they were hearing wind passing through the exposed structure, and that would have made logical sense. The upper halls have always carried sound strangely, especially in winter going into spring when ice would be melting and water runoff would make sounds that were unfamiliar. But this time, the sounds were not wind or anything else. The sounds were of a woman. She was not speaking nor calling out. She was crying, and sometimes it sounded like a scream of desperation. At times it was distant, almost impossible to place. At other moments it seemed very near, as though someone stood only a few feet away beyond the walls themselves. The sound did not travel through the halls naturally. It remained contained within that section of the floor, as though the space had held onto it. Several men heard it while together and also separately. One stopped his work entirely and refused to return to that level until the following week. Another insisted someone was inside the room after the others had already left for the evening. Valdemar himself heard it more than once. He described it not as frightening, but deeply unsettling, the sort of sound one does not easily forget. Construction on the third floor renovation halted soon after. This was not by command. There was no dramatic order that was given. The work simply stopped. No one wished to continue opening the walls until the matter was understood more clearly. There are places within the keep where memory seems to linger. Most pass through them without noticing. Others feel them immediately. The third floor has always carried a certain heaviness to it. Though I had hoped time had quieted whatever remained there. For most of you, you have heard the story of this woman some time ago, when I was sharing with Lady Zelda who this woman was. It is a place of grief. It is one of those sounds that you question whether you actually heard it.
Now I'm going to stop it right there. Do you see that at the end of the hall? That is a portrait of one of the ancestors back in the 1500s and 1600s. They used to paint full-length portraits. So they've gone through and covered most of these. Valdemar uncovered that because I just thought it was so spectacular to see this painting at the end of this hallway that had been somewhat covered. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go.
Or was it something or someone else? The space has since been stabilized. The damaged sections near the lofts and chimney have been secured and work has resumed carefully, though not to the extent originally planned.
Look at the
Certain
roof.
areas will remain closed for now. As for the woman, no one has seen her, and I doubt anyone else will. I sit alone here at night. The quietness is sometimes deafening. There are times I hear her, and now only her sounds of grief and pain remains. For now, during these times there are moments when the third floor does not feel entirely empty.
Shaggy.
The work continues and we will slowly begin again. With respect. Thank you for being here and in support of Vale Keep. This is your friend Lord Greggor, and I will talk again with you all very soon. By the way, the last images that you see are of the third level of the scriptorium, which was starting to crumble. This is one of the reasons that we began to look into renovations. What was supposed to be minimal and to be done within 45 to 60 days. Aside from us finding the treasure of the old documents about the night, we also found more areas of weakness. From one area to another, this led us to the entire renovation process. This has become a task in itself. I am glad we have my trusted friend Valdimar with us, and especially Lady Zelda. Without them, this would have been a much bigger and laborious task. Thank you again. Until next time.
And I told Lord Greggor, all I got to say to you, Your Grace, is get your checkbook out. Anyway, and I want you to know that there were some areas that they sent me that were so failed and looked like such a mess. Well, I'm just glad that I'm not doing that. But I've got a funny little story that I want to tell you, because that was Shag that just moved through here. Thank you. So I've got some funny things. Thank you so much. And I am going to post that video after. So if you want to really just take a look and listen to his lordship, he does a masterful job. Bless his heart. Even though I had to write some things down, because I got to tell you what cracks me up most is him saying the third floor comes out the third floor. It just may be that, because it is crappy up there. So anyway, my darlings, I got to tell you this funny story. When they first it was a couple of weeks ago when they first started. And I am like from the 1970s, 80s, 80s. I love that music. I love all that. And he knows that too, but that's not his gig. That's okay. That's okay. So Valdemar and I'm going to say we were working on the third floor together, because that's true. He puts me on FaceTime with him, and he'll hold up books, and we have put them in piles of damaged, water damaged, damaged beyond repair, and what the heck is that? And then we've got piles that are, oh, that's good. That can be repaired. That can be saved. Put it in this pile. Well, you could tell that the morale here, and especially when they started hearing this woman, because that's unsettling. I can hardly talk about it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But so I told Valdemar, and his English is getting pretty good, and my German is still fair. But we communicate very well. A lot of it is hand signals. A lot of it is, have you eaten yet? This sort of thing. Not that bad, but we get along. I mean, when you have to get along, you have to get along, right? So the mister was somewhere else. God only knows where he was. And I told Valdemar, I said, we need some music. So he's like, oh, musica. Yes, musica. musica. So I told him, I'm going to get the musica, right? So I get my Spotify out and I said, turn it up. And he's pointing it because the where he was by this one loft on the top, you could see the workers down in the courtyard, and believe me, they looked about like this tall. That's how high up it. I couldn't hack that. It was making me queasy just looking at that. So I'm putting this, and I was like, all right, turn it on now. These songs I know that you're going to know. The first one was All I Need Is a Miracle by Mike and the Mechanics. All I need is a miracle. All I need is you. That one, right? I can sing a little bit of it. And you can start seeing them down in the courtyard. You know, everybody's kind of getting a little, you know, they're going for it, right? So we finally have played a few of them. And then I'm playing some Shaka Khan and we're playing some other stuff. And then I put on Peter Gabriel, Shock the Monkey. Now, if you haven't heard that song, when we're done, yeah, please do me a favor. Thanks, Lisa. Please do us a favor. If you've not heard that, please, when we're done here, look it up. That is and there's a part of it that is shock the monkey, and it doesn't mean it's not bad like that. Okay, it's no animal hurting or anything like that. There's none of that. It's a song that's talking about something else. I don't even know. Anyway, it is it is the best. So there you go. So now you're seeing people down in the courtyard. And I'm telling Valdemar, I said, get this group. There's about 15 or 20 of them to do Shock the Monkey. And then when there's another part of the song, Shock the Monkey, right? So we're doing, it felt like a Michael Jackson production, right? And I'm singing it, and you could hear my voice over the courtyard, and it was just like, right? MTV, right? Oh, absolutely. That's where I saw this video from, and I loved it. And you got to get the version where you see the video. I'm going to have to play it when I'm off of there. I wish I could play it for you now, but I just can't. It's copyrighted. We were going at it. There was one man down there eating a sandwich and just getting like, and we're going at it. All of the sudden, there is this red-haired gentleman that comes in the courtyard, doesn't stroll in, doesn't walk in, doesn't stride in. He plows in. And he's looking around, and he figures out where that music, and he comes and he looks up and goes, Wo ist dein Lady Zelda? Which means, where is that Lady Zelda? Because he knew I was the culprit. And I'm like, here, your grace. And I could tell that there was a part of him that wanted to laugh, right? He kind of sort of wanted to laugh. And I wasn't in trouble. Okay? Hold on a minute. I wasn't in trouble, but he, sometimes he just can't figure it. And then it was Mike and the Mechanics. Oh gosh, I can't even think of that song now. Mike and the Mechanics. It was, give me a second. Anyway, It was the one where they had to, it was an intense song. I can't remember what the name of it is. Now I'm going to have to look. I should have, yeah, gosh. It wasn't Living Years. Mike and the Mechanics. Silent Running. Can you hear it? Can you hear it running? Right? And everybody is like vibing. I just thought that was the most wonderful thing. Now, I don't have video of it because he couldn't take video of it and he couldn't get it to me anyway because it would have been too big. But the absolute memory of that. And then afterward, when the mister and I was talking, I'm making a playlist. One of these days I'll put the playlist on here. The Vale Keep dancing playlist. It's got everything from opera. Oh yeah, I was singing opera in there. Now he didn't mind that. So anyway, that was funny. We laughed afterward because he's like, Vale Keep has never heard music like that before, and most likely will never hear that again. Now I'm going to also tell you, because I got something extremely cool that I want to tell you, and you're all going to want to partake, I know. But before we do, I've got to tell you of this woman that was crying because she was from the 3rd floor. And that's when I first talked to him, you could hear this crying and sometimes a scream. I think it's more of it's a scream of complete devastation is what that is. He and I talked about it on one of our podcasts. It was very good. He talked about it. It was devastation. And it was a horrible situation and definitely loss on her end. But yeah, it's the same woman. It's the same woman. She's from the 1500s or 1400s or something like that. It's basically an energy loop. And even when I spoke to him not long ago, because now things are echoing in this place. If he they did before, but you can imagine. The sounds are deafening. Like when in this part of the video that you watched where he said, I sit here at night alone. I don't know if I could do that. If you want to know the truth, there's creaking and noises, settling. You can hear things kind of like stone, all kinds of weird things. Weird. It's just weird to me because I'm not there, but it's part of the moaning and the groaning of the keep. And that's really what it is. And I've heard her a couple of times, not often, but I've heard her. And not long ago, we heard the faint. And I said, oh, how can you listen? He said, well, what am I supposed to do, ladies? What am I supposed to do? Well, I don't know. So anyway, there we go. Now, I've got something extremely cool that he and I have been working on. Actually, he's not in here. He's going to watch later, so I'm going to take the credit for this. Thank you, Your Grace. I'm going to take the credit for this. We have now 110 book titles that we were able to save, and we will be saving more. What we plan on doing, because we don't want to really open this part of it up to the public. So people have been asking, are you going to have members only? Are you going to have members only? The answer is yes. We're going to have some members only. And what I'm working on is a replica of the scriptorium. in which you can go through into the scriptorium and you can click on a bookshelf and you can click on one of these books and you can read it. The majority of them are astrology, divination. There are some that date back into the 13, 14, 1500s. There are some that are from the 1960s, the 1950s. We are going to make it so this is such an interactive thing that you can go into the scriptorium, and then I'm going to have my own room in which you can go into that room. It's all going to be online. You can use it mobile, you can use it online, and you can see the progress that we make. Now, some of the images are not going to be real. I'm just going to tell you that because privacy is key. We don't want to lose the privacy because can you imagine at this point? So we will be making it as though then you can go into my room, my secret chamber. So as it is, not so secret anymore, is it? And I will be showing you different things that I'm working on for the keep. Basically, what am I chronicling? What am I scribing? Sometimes these will be videos. There may be a point where I can go live from this website. Then there's also going to be pictures of Bran. I keep calling him Bran. There's going to be images of Bran. You can interact with Bran. There's going to be my little kitty that is over there. I call him mine because he just showed up one day right before Christmas. And he's a little black cat that's got a little white spot on one leg. And I called him Faramir because that is the character that I like out of the Lord of the Rings. Does the mister know who Faramir is? No, but he calls him Cat. So, hello, cat. Hello, dog. They will be in there as well. There will be interactive links that you can click on. And we are now recording Lord Greggor reading one of my favorite books is The Knight of La Tour Landry. And it was a book written by a knight from France to his daughters. And it reads kind of like the King Solomon Proverbs, only a little bit better, I think. And Lord Greggor is reading that, and we have the original script. The original script was translated, I can't even remember what year, 1400, something like that. It was in French, and I couldn't even get through it. Lord Greggor can read it in French, but he's going to read it in English. There is going to be some books that he will be reading in German, French, Italian, and English. He will be putting different audiobooks from the scriptorium on there so you can listen to him reading. You can spend time in there. There's going to be a place where if you want to download official stationery like writing paper from Vale Keep, you will be welcome to do that. It will definitely have our trademark on them, but you are welcome to download some Vale Keep pictures and all this other stuff. I will have a part of my ancestor Elizabeth in there, and what Lord Greggor will be doing. If you click on her picture, he's going to tell you all about her and her history. There may be a few relics in there, and when you click on those, you will hear him talking about that particular relic, who it belonged to, who it didn't belong to, what happened, where it should be, and blah blah blah. And so there's I mean, you could probably spend a day here. And the good thing is we will continue to be adding. So we're not going to add all 110 books at once. That is a bigger undertaking than the renovation. But not only will we be doing it for Vale Keep, we will be doing it for the members. I will be having a different members only for my channel, Seeing Crime, Lady Zelda Kelly, where you can actually go in and actually go into my tarot forensic intuitive crime lab. And you can look at my notes like I take for Nancy Guthrie. You can look at my notes that I had for Karen Reed. You can look at notes that if I can scratch them up, I'll put the notes that are on there. This is going to be members only for my channel, not affiliated, not affiliated with this channel, but I just wanted to let you know I'm probably going to be launching that one first. This is going to be launched almost right after. So we want to share this with you. And so we are planning for Vale Keep to be finished. What century? I don't know. But we're going to be working room by room. I'm going to be sharing what we've come up with, any decor, any styles. Also, you're going to be able to link to merchandise. You're going to be able to, in my members only area that is on my channel, you will be able to link to my merchandise. You'll be able to link through to True Oracle to be able to book a reading, get a reading. Here's the great thing. I'm going to be able to talk to you about cases and not have to worry about the 9 words that we can't say. I'm going to be there's going to be a lot that are going on. So let's just plan on that. It will be two separate memberships, because I have a separate membership for my channel and a separate membership for this channel of Vale Keep. We can't intermingle them because of the tubes of you. But there will be a private access. You'll get a login information, the link to the site, and you can go in and have a good old time. And we're going to talk about everything from when in Vale Keep, since I'm not going to be able to go when I thought I was going to be able to go. I'm going to be sharing some of the recipes that I found from Vale Keep. And it's funny because we found some Vale Keep recipes, and it's pretty much, dump a little of this in here and dump a little of that in here and dump a little of this in here and dump a little. There's no measurements. It's pretty much, mix this up with your hand until it feels right. So those are things that I'm going to have to do, pretty much. So anyway, that's the deal. So I am going to put some of these, Patty, I will be putting some of these into my cookbook, and you will be able to access some of the recipes in the cookbook as you come through Vale Keep. So Vale Keep is not everybody's bag. And you know what? House of Zelda, Lady Zelda, isn't everybody's gig either. So I'm going to have it so fun for us to be able to be there, and there will be a time where I can be on there together and with you. And I'm going to also tell you what we're going to do. On both channels, it will be separately. We won't do them together, but it'll be both channels. On Vale Keep channel, we can play games. We can do a download of, we can do a murder mystery. Oops. You see what I just did? Sorry. We can play those types of games. See? Let's hope nothing happens. We can play that type of game, the mystery game. On my channel, we can certainly do the same thing. In fact, we can we can watch movies together, old movies that are not copyrighted. We can show them. There's going to be an area where you can sit. We can show this. So we want to share, especially, this isn't about my channel right now. This is about Vale Keep. And we want to show you a lot because, quite frankly, there were a lot of things that were lost. A lot of books, a lot of text. These texts from that particular knight that was not such a nice guy, that was turning some of these other knights into demon hunters, especially the one we had, that little, you saw that. And so I can't show those documents because they actually have sigils and spells on them. I don't want to do that because that's a lot of responsibility. What, imagine somebody coming in there and wanting to do that kind of thing. No, I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. So anyway, I'm going to make sure that they are definitely presentable, that you can see them. There's not anything really that I have to worry about. I'm going to try to see if I can find, there are some things that he won't allow me to put on there, like he has an original copy of the 1611 Bible that was King James. I don't think he's going to allow me to put something up, but I can put mine up there. So what you can do, or you can see the pages, because he bought me mine. Let me show it to you. So we've been working on this, and Valdemar will always be a part of our family because he's just that guy, right? Did you ever meet somebody just like that? He's always been a part of Lord Greggor's life, and he, now I'm adopting him too. So, my darlings, this is I think you can see it, the 1611 version. He actually has the demonology book that King James wrote. But you can imagine, you're not going to be able to see this very well, but I'm going to put it up here anyway. I mean, you can't read it, but what I will do is, you can read it. You can't read it right now on here. But, it even takes me a minute to try to get through this. It's tough. It's a tough read. But, it's got such good books, and it's got an apocrypha and all these other things in it. And it even has a couple of books that have been taken out of the more recent Bibles. I will put some pages of this book on there. So you can see it. So you can see how it looks. And there we go. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm in the middle right now of designing some of the rooms. I'm going to be in the middle of design. That's all I do. I'm going to be designing the rooms for the scriptorium. The only thing we're not going to have on there, my darlings, is a bathroom. You'll have to provide that yourself. But believe me, I'm going to make it so interesting that you'll be able to go on there, and we'll have a part where you can play the fireplace. Oh, wait a minute. We've got to have a fire. Where are we? What am I doing? There we are. Turn it down a bit. We'll have a place where you walk into a room. There'll be a fireplace. You'll hear, I've actually made the sounds, the music of Vale Keep, the ones that I play in our videos. Some of those, and there's one that I'm singing to him. And it's not the Christmas one. If you want to hear me singing to this one song, and I wrote part of it, you can go into the videos. He is riding Vespera, and he's got a red cape and riding up to the castle, and I'm singing this song, and he loved it. We're going to keep it on there. So I'm keeping part of all this old music. I'm going to tell you what it kind of reminds me of. It's not going to be chintzy cheap. It better not be, or I won't do it. But it kind of reminds me of one of those hidden object games. Do you ever see those? I love those, where you just kind of have to go, you go into this really scrumptious looking room. I'm trying to, he's got an armor, an original suit of armor. So I'm going to probably put that original suit of armor in this room so you can see it. And when you click on it, you'll hear him talk about it. So there we are. That's what we're going to do. Now, in mine, over on mine, we'll talk about that Saturday night. There's more stuff. But this, I want to just really make scrumptious and yummy, where you walk in and it's candlelight and whatever. You may hear a ghost. You may see one. You may see one kind of go through. I'll tell you what, I swear I see them there at Vale Keep. Lord Greggor says that it's not haunted. Well, I have to disagree. My darlings, Captain Harris just put that link up there for your convenience, and I want to thank you because that covers everything I said, I think, except Cash App. So you can send credit card. For those of you who are looking outside of the U.S. or in the U.S., you can send credit card. You can send Venmo, however you want, and it is a secure website. So thank you so much, Captain Harris. So my darlings, that's pretty much it. We are here. In the next one, I want to talk about the bell tower and what Lord Greggor has found in Innsbruck. That's what it's all about. And I can't wait to see you guys again because there's so much going on. But I'm really going to start on these member areas probably toward the end of this month. We may even be able to start launching things the end of this month. I hope you're as excited as I am. It's not going to be very expensive at all. It's just a monthly membership through YouTube. And I can tell you this, I just want you to be happy to be here and just know that all the proceeds go to Bran, Faramir, my cats. We buy cat food. Oh, by the way, for all of you who have been going over to the Amazon link and sending cat food, thank you so much. My cats, thank you. The bellies are full. Thank you, thank you. I don't know what's going on with Amazon, but I don't get any, even though you're sending them as gifts, they don't send the gift tags anymore. I don't know what's going on. So if you have happened to send me over the last week, if you happen to send any type of printer ink, journals, I go through the journals like crazy now. I mean, now it's like journal heaven. Journal, cat food, nails, and I got to tell you, Kiss, Press on Nails, if you are watching, I'm not very happy with you. They have discontinued this nail, this French nail. I have one more box. Yes, I wear press on nails. I don't have time to be messing around with that other stuff. And I'm now starting to think, what am I going to do? Because I don't like these any other, anyway. Those of you who have sent nails, thank you so much. Thank you for the pens. Oh my gosh, you don't even know. The pens, the journals, the cat food, the printer ink. Thank you. I want you to know something. When you get into this room, I'm going to say this before we leave. When you get into this room, into this wonderful Vale Keep scriptorium that will be made just for you, when you pick a book off the shelf and you want to read it, it's not going to be just like an ugly PDF. Those pages are going to turn very nicely because it's all class, my darlings, and you deserve it for being here and for supporting us the way that you do and sending all your love. And the Mister sends his love to you too. And just know that if you get anything from his shop, he will send you an audio that basically says Thank you so much for it. My ear started to ring. So I want to thank you so much, my darlings, for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And so does he. The lady on the third floor is okay now. She's okay. She's not going to be, it's not going to be too, she's fine. It's not going to, she's fine. So, my darlings, thank you. Oh my goodness, my ear is hurting. So, thank you so much for all your support, for all the gifts, everything else, the kitties. Thank you. Everybody thanks you. Thank you so much. I'm going to post that video again. So, if you all want to see it, you're more than welcome to. And I want to thank you from Vale Keep. I'm Lady Zelda from Vale Haven. And I'll see you again Saturday night. Bye for now.